crowds. In a minute, we'll be talking to the Yorkshire lads who haven't been home for over 5 years. But first, Sarah Dearden looks back at Def Leppard's rise to stardom, a story of tragedy as well as success.
Def Leppard are now vying for top place as the greatest ever rock band. Multi-millionaires living in a tax haven, the group perform in front of thousands at sell-out concerts all over the world. It all began as a Sheffield schoolboy's dream. Like hundreds of lads, Joe Elliott was obsessed with forming a rock band. Unlike many young groups, though, Def Leppard never even contemplated failure.
They were very ambitious from the word go, and I don't think anything is going to stop them doing, in fact, what they've done now, I suppose. Got famous all over the world.
The band went through their growing pains in the Crooks area of Sheffield, trying to hold down jobs while rehearsing in every spare moment. They're now heroes in the local pub, but it was a far from glamorous beginning.
We'd pack all the stuff, drag it all down them stairs from that rehearsal room, go, I don't know, maybe to Manchester or Liverpool in this van, everybody in the van, and a few friends' cars, do the concert, which quite often was like starting at 11 o'clock at night in universities or whatever, and then packing everything up, driving all the way back to Sheffield, back up the stairs with all the stuff, and you know, you wouldn't finish well 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Def Leppard has also had to survive tragedy. Rick Allen, the drummer, lost his arm in a car crash. And then last year, guitarist Steve Clark was found dead in his London flat, overdosed on drugs and alcohol. But they have survived, and despite 15 years in the business, are as successful as ever, with record sales soaring across the world. Tonight, Def Leppard will play to their most loyal fans. For the first time in 5 years, they've returned to play in their hometown of Sheffield. And Def Leppard are going to be going on stage in just over an hour's time here at the Sheffield Arena. But just before they do go on, joining me is Joe Elliott, the lead singer. Joe, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
It's been 5 years since you last played in Sheffield. What's it like to be back?
It's great, especially since now we're not doing the City Hall anymore. Sheffield's been crying out for a venue of this size ever since I was, I don't know, 14 years old, and now they've finally got one. It's just great to be able to play it.
Do you still see Sheffield as your home?
Yeah, well, it's my birthplace. I lived here for 21 years before we were up and off and touring the world, so it's always going to be where I was born, and I'm always going to have a certain affiliation to it. I don't get to be in Sheffield as often as I'd like, but I do get back every Saturday when United are at home. It's as often as possible. I can't do it this next coming year because we're going to be on tour. But, yeah, I mean, it's a great place. It always has been. If I come in for a weekend and nobody's expecting me to be here, I can walk down the Moor, I can walk down Fargate, I can go and sit in the stand at Bramall Lane, and hardly anybody knows who I am, and I don't get bothered. But you arrive here today and you see yourself on the front page of the local paper, and it's all over the radio, and it's as exciting coming back to Sheffield today as it is when you kind of arrive in one of the towns in America that were renowned for being so popular, and it's like Def Leppard in town. It's sort of like that, but without the accent, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's great, the excitement. It's building and building. Say, you know, we're on stage in approximately an hour or so, and all of a sudden, you know, your adrenaline starts to flow, and you prepare yourself to get out there and do it.
What's it like playing in front of a home crowd?
Well, I don't know what it's going to be like playing in front of 12,000 of them. It's going to be very interesting to see what it's like. I could answer that better in about 2.5, 3 hours, but the last time we played Sheffield, we did 2 shows at the City Hall. The first one was a disaster because I'd got a bad back, and the PA blew up. And the second night was brilliant, which was like 17 days later. And it was like the triumphant homecoming sort of vibe. We're just hoping that this is going to be more like the second show.
Are you glad to be able to do this for your fans, come back to them?
Oh, big time, yeah. Especially here. I mean, this is just like unbelievable. I never thought when we first started playing places like the Wapentake and you know, Westfield School, which was the first gig we ever played in Sheffield, and then a field somewhere in Burngreave, that, you know, one day we'd be playing a 12,000-seat indoor venue, which is like, from what I've seen of it so far, without doubt the best indoor venue in Britain.
Now, you've been nearly at the top now for, well, 15 years, haven't it, isn't it, since this started?
Do you think you've reached your peak, or is there more in you yet?
No, we've nowhere near reached our peak. I mean, we've been around for what, you know, would be considered a while now, but we've still only made 5 albums. And I think there's a lot more music in us yet. So, you know, we've just got to keep writing good songs and making good records. I think we can sustain what we've already achieved and go on to further things. You know, maybe next time 3 nights here.
Right, thank you very much.